All right, folks, let's have a conversation about Burma, right? Because it's been in the news recently and people are pushing Joe Biden to do something about it. Well, Tom Pease is going to stand here and break down this entire situation for you so you understand remotely what's going on. So, I mean, like, yo, I'm not an expert, get nothing misunderstood about this. It's not my forte. I'm not super fucking knowledgeable about Burma, but I've read up a little bit on it, and I'm gonna give you my take about what I think. All right, so Burma is a country of 50 million people. It borders India, China, Tibet, Laos, and Thailand. It has like 12,000 or 1,200 miles of uninterrupted coastal, regions. It's on the Sea of Bengal. It's a country that legitimately has, oil, natural gas, massive solar potential, and gemstones. And it was under British rule until 1948, after, United States came through and told Britain that, yeah, you don't rule shit no more. It is what it is, right? And then it's been a massive clusterfuck after that. It has 7 different ethnic minorities that live inside of the borders. Its regions are completely and utterly fucked. It has. It ended up having in 1968 until 2010, basically having a military junta, right? Which had the military junta, which is basically they had a military, people running it. Its first elections were in 2011, which were 2010, which were democratic, right? And have a small conversation about them because I think it's kind of important as far as stuff is really concerned, right? So, hang on, man. Let's go down here to the part that's kind of really important to this because like I want you to understand that this is nothing new what's going on at the moment, and it's going to continue happening as long as they continue to stand here and go through all this nonsense as far as shit's concerned. Yeah, look, these are the different regions inside. There's actually 14 of them, but there's 7 different ethnic groups that live inside of here. They have massive amounts of people who, let's be honest with you here, you know what I mean? They really, like don't get along. They've been standing here saying that the military's been massacring people and shooting individuals and things of this nature. So, all right, this here is about the 2008 elections. So, all right, Myanmar's army drafted constitution was approved in a referendum in May 2008. The results 92.4 to 22 million voters with an official turnout of 99% are considered suspect by many international observers and by the National League of Democracy reports of widespread fraud, ballot stuffing, and voter intimidation, right? So they've always had this problem, yet nothing misunderstood. And today, what's going on is they have this broad and this dude, right? Basically, this broad here is a democratically elected president of the country, right? And this dude here is currently who's actually running the country, right? So this broad, the Asian version of Nancy Pelosi versus like the Asian version of, I'm gonna go with George Maddox, right? Legit, right? So these two here are having a massive beef over who's actually in charge of the country, right? And this dude here is actually the leader of the military at the moment. And he has said that she had illegal technology, which, by the way, is walkie talkies, which there's got to be more to that story. Legitimately, I have no idea why they're saying the things that they're saying right now. And that she illegally imported items into the country. And they're saying that the actual the actual election was fraudulent as a whole. Now, it's a very good possibility that this might be true. It's a very good possibility that this complete bullshit. This could just be a power grab by this cocksucker because, you know what I'm saying, he has a Napoleon complex. Kind of one of those, who knows what the fuck is going on, right? Because, like, honestly, when it comes to world politics and it comes to politics in general, you have to remember these are just people, all right? And in the end of the day, India, China, right, and Russia all have a vested stake. And so, invested stake in Myanmar as a whole, right, or Burma, whichever one you prefer, right, because they changed their English name to Myanmar, right, but that's still not the fucking Chinese name or the Asian name of it, right, because, like, Asian, we wouldn't be able to really pronounce the Asian name of the country as a whole. So we all call it fucking Myanmar now. It used to be all called Burma. So with that being said, understand all this, all right, legitimately is nonsense. And right now, everybody has sanctions on this country. All right, all the Western countries and the United States all have sanctions on foreign aid and military stuff and things of this nature. And let me be real here, it's probably not a super good thing, right? Because it kind of drives a wedge between us and other fucking countries as a whole and drives them closer to having to deal with countries like China and India who, probably aren't good for it to deal with as as a normal thing because they're not going to conduct business on their terms. They're going to conduct business on China's terms. And that's really where everything's. So, in the meantime, look, I'm Tom Pease with Pnoid News. I wanted to break this down for you. I say we mind our fucking business as a whole, right? That's kind of my mentality. I don't think we should be doing business with any of these fucking countries. But if we're gonna, we shouldn't be treating one better than the other ones because, especially a country of 50 million people with the 12th largest military on the fucking planet, we really shouldn't be standing here acting like assholes to them. It is what it is. Anyway, Tom Pete's Pinoy News. Peace be like one.